I was like, what? Hey guys, it's Sammy, and this is very casual, cozy, warm video day. Just because I got an inspiration to do this video. It's late, it's like 9:30, so I was already in my pajamas and everything and cozy cuddled up with my tea and everything, and I was watching the Psychic Twins. I've been wanting to do this video, and I was watching them, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I want to talk about when I got my aura and chakras read by a medium and my experience with that. Looking back, I kind of wish I spent the extra money to get the big packet. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So these are my results basically that I got to take with me. It's just a couple pages, and it's just the basics of what my results were. So I went to this convention with my very good friend Julia, who was in my Frappula, is that what it's called? Frappula, the knockoff zombie Starbucks drink video. This medium who she does so much stuff. Her name is Annette. She was actually one of the people who didn't travel to go there. Like, she is very close to where I live, so she's based in Minnesota. So me and Julia keep getting emails about when they're doing special stuff, so when I do get money, I want to go back and get a full thing.
Help me, I'm poor.
So this was $20, this little thing, and then $40 gets you the bigger packet with everything on it. And Julia had gotten that the first time she saw this lady, which was sometime early 2017, I think. She was right on with her the first time, so when we saw this lady when we were there, like, we were like, let's do that. This was my aura. It's funny because at first when I was looking into the camera, she was showing me the sides and telling me a little bit about what that meant. And then I wasn't smiling though, and it was kind of just blah colored. And then she told me to smile, and immediately she took the picture immediately, and the yellow, just like the gold, just popped up. And she was like, see, she was like, depression does not look good on you. And I was like, that just shook my soul. The same thing was with Julia too, and honestly, I mean, I feel like you would get brighter no matter what smiling. It makes so much difference. So she presented me with everything. I just didn't get it printed off. So I did get to see that chakra diagram. I can't remember exactly where mine were on my body, except this one I remember, and I want to cry. She said, so this strongly suggests that you are an indigo child. And I was like, what?
I'm a what?
I wanted to cry. I like looked at Julia and I was like, oh my god. You know, if you know me, you know that you understand. Like, if you know me, and even if you just know me through the screen, I feel like you probably understand. You know, I've always felt like I was, although I do kind of feel like I might be a mix of indigo and crystal, because, you know, I'm not super rebellious. I do have strong opinions and rebellion and things, but I keep them kind of inside, because that's where the crystal part comes in, because, you know, I'm a little bit more, you know, I want there to be peace and love and that kind of thing. So that was just eye-opening. Do you get it? My third eye. Oh my god. Okay, that's not very funny. Ever since I was little, I have always been very open and surrounded, and just, you know, I've always had some kind of psychic ability. You know, I'm not the kind of psychic that you would think of right away. Like, you know, I can't just predict the future, I can't hear things, I can't see things. But I do identify with being clairsentient, which means I have very clear feeling. So I have always been like that, and I have such strong empathy. Sometimes it gets to be too much, and it just, sometimes I can't handle it. And that's where I feel like crystal children have that, excuse me, crystal children have that really big empathy piece. So that's where I feel like I might be kind of a crossover. I know that that can be a thing. I know the psychic twins have said that, like Joey Graceffa is a really good example of an indigo crystal crossover. So that's freaking awesome. I've always felt like I've had something, and then like, when was it, like last year, when I started actually looking into it, I actually got the Psychic Twins book and started reading it. And then once I realized what clairsentience was a thing, I was like, oh, that's the one I am. That's why I never realized that there was a name to put with what I was feeling. Do you get it? Feeling? But yeah, so that was just so amazing. The rest of this, so I have that gold center, so when I smiled, that's what showed up. So this is just saying prosperity is yours now, just for the asking. Luck and abundance surround you. You inspire others with your warm, optimistic, happy attitude. Others look up to me to lift up their spirits. Like, I wanted to cry reading this. I was like, sweet Lord, take my soul now. Oh my God. So to my left in the picture was light blue, and that is showing you what the future holds. So that means a beautiful healing time is coming to you and to those around you. And the right side is expression, and mine was violet. So that means ability to be a charismatic spiritual leader. This is another kind of crazy part. I don't know if this has any correlation. I should have asked her. My throat was intense red. The intense red throat means I may have difficult time controlling what I say, or I might have an imbalanced throat, or I have an extremely powerful desire to talk about what's on your mind. Another reason why that I thought that was kind of funny is it says an imbalanced throat, and if you've seen, I think I mentioned it in my I talked about it in my 50 Facts About Me video, that I have thyroid disease, so I literally have an unbalanced throat. Like, I had to have this radioactivized, so like I physically literally do have an imbalanced throat. So I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know if I'm being too literal about it, but that like came to my mind too. This last thing is that my heart is orange. I desire self-expression, independence, freedom. I'm original thinker and risk taker. I don't know if I'm a risk taker. I'm carefree, imaginative, and ready for adventure. Like, I am, but I'm not at the same time. I get excited about doing little projects, not so much big things. Like, but I think, you know, honestly, I think going to get freaking Taco Bell at 10 o'clock is an adventure, like that kind of thing. So I don't know if that counts, but you know, I get excited about little things. And this says you may be inspired and excited about a new creative project or endeavor, which brings me to the most crazy part of this experience. We were talking about work and what I did for work, and I just had gotten my real estate license a couple weeks before. I didn't tell her that though. You know, I was just getting settled into my brokerage and things were a lot, and I was really nervous. I was still taking some classes and I was just so nervous, like second guessing, and like I was just so worried, and because this is like a career, like that's a big deal, and I was just so nervous. And she said, well, someone like you, I feel like you would just be great at real estate. Like, she freaking just pulled it out of the air. And I was like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I can't even come up with anything. Like, I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was like, oh, I just got my license a couple of weeks ago. Like, what? She was like, you did? Really? And I was like, yes. Oh my God. She was like, you know what? Stick with it. It may be hard, but you have to stick with it. And I was like, oh my God. I was second guessing myself. I was getting very discouraged and wondering if I should quit and pick something else. And she was like, no, you know, early 2018, like around March, you are going to be so successful and busy, because that's when your business is gonna take off. I was like, oh my God, I have never felt, you know, I felt such a relief. And I was just like, I needed that so bad. Like I wasn't expecting her to say anything like that. So that, seriously, like, oh. So every time after that, if I ever got discouraged or second guessed, I was like, that lady said, wait till March and you'll be good. But so far it's really good. So yeah, but I really do want to see that lady again. They do so much cool stuff. I will put her link down below. She's just in Minnesota, but I'm sure they travel. It was a great experience. I really needed it at the time. I mean, I would never say no to it now either, but you know what I mean. Like, it was just, yeah, for my first experience, that was exceeds expectations, A+. Indigo, crystal, rainbow kid videos from the psychic twins I'll put below too. If you don't know what they are and just literally thought I was like speaking a different language when I was talking about them, then you can look those up below. And now I really want to finish the psychic twins book that I didn't finish yet, so I'm like a little bit through. Like, I started reading it and then I stopped, so I'm gonna start reading this. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, but let me know in the comments any of your experiences with reading your aura chakras, talking with a medium, or if you're an indigo or crystal or rainbow child. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this cozy talk, and I will see you next time.